values will be good. Sometimes if you are paying good also, some components will be not available nearby when execution need to be done. In such cases, the value of product will increase. That valuable product should be well carefully handled for the execution of project. Then plants is nothing but the machineries involved in your execution sites and people who are involved in execution sites. Effectively and accurately laying out the site or the plan of action can help to ensure that the works are undertaken efficiently, the efficiency of the project or activity is high, and the project is completely safe when you know the all the activities involved in your project. If you don't know what all the activities are involved in your project, then there will be a leading into the risk. Then there will be a problem overcoming with the sum of uncertain risk involved in your project if you don't know about complete project. That organization of all together in one seat will be of site layout plan. Carefully sizing the positioning of temporary facilities can help reduce travel time, congestion, waiting time, and so on, and help to make the site more effective workplace with the better worker morals. If you are in some a temporary facility for people, temporary facilities if you are providing to the people who are working on site, then somewhere you are giving a better facility for them. You need to fix some of the temporary facilities for or the needs of the work so that you can reduce the travel time. Temporary arrangement can be done for, like if you are borrowing people for construction from another state, daily they cannot travel. You can give some facility to stay on the site, then that will be helpful to reduce their travel time, congestion, waiting time, and so on. Or somebody is traveling for every day is traveling for 4 or 8 hours in a day. If you are staying, then they can reduce their time in the traveling, in the congestions, and as well as for waiting the vehicles. That can be reduced and temporary arrangement can be used for them. And this time will be used effectively for the execution of your sites. And this helps the site a more effective workplace with a better worker models. Something you are providing, then you are getting it in the back in the better way. So that you need to provide on site some facilities so that the workers can stay back or that not only the staying or somebody is traveling for food from one place to another place in between work time, then it will be consuming more time. If you are providing food on the site only, then they can eat there only, they can work more for the betterment of the project. Likewise, it will be continued. Therefore, if you are providing some facilities, that will lead to the betterment in the project. Next is site layout planning involves 4 basic components. Those basic components are identifying the site facility that will design or which are the required for the project. What are the site facilities required? Those have to be identified for the execution of your project. First step. Second is determining the size, what size facilities are required, and other constraints of those facilities. Somebody is asking for staying. How many people are staying? Size of it. How many staying arrangement has to be done? If you are making staying, what is the constraints for that? Whether the availability of water supply, electricity, and food is available or not nearby. What are the constraints involved with that one? That should be no. So that should be determined by the project manager are involved in the execution of project. Once you determine the constraints, then establishing the interrelationship between facilities. What facility you are providing, that has to be interrelated so that you will get better facility in the execution side and exactly done very. Optimizing the layout of the facility on site. Sometimes it happens like the travel availability. Your college or the work site initial time was 8 o'clock, but buses are not available for reaching the workers. Then you may extend site timing also, so that the what facility are available with that you need to make optimum use, and you can extend the next half an hour of the intake flow time, and then you can maximum output from that. If the people are coming going on time, that will not lead to optimum output. Therefore, you can change the facility requirements and then you can go ahead for the optimizing the output of. Therefore, these four components which need to be concentrated on the project so that the facility implementation or the project management be very effective and get the optimized output from the projects. Next is site level plan might include location for the projects and size of it. All the components need to be involved in the site layout plan. Might include location as well as the size of the project, which involves the following components, that is zone for the particular activities, what type of activities are involved, that is categorized as zone varieties, that is maybe of zone 1 to 3, zone A, B, C, D. Likewise, the category of activities will be done. Cranes, including ready and capacities. Cranes are the nothing but what components can be prepared, what can be shifted from other places, what is the capacity of the facilities involved in the site that has been formed, what size of the crane are needed. Next, site office. So if you are dealing with a big project, the site offices should be prepared so that the people who are higher authority, when they come to the site, they need a center or office to work. The movement of people will be not much. They can stay and they can work on the site only for the long days as well as for the longer duration. Then welfare facilities, like some of the components like insurance to the workers, the medical supply to the work. Likewise, if the some veterinary insurance is needed, such components of the activities are human resource are necessarily involved will be working for effectiveness. Offloading, temporary storage areas. Temporary storages need to be done for the some of the components, like if you are done with the excavation, that has to be dumped temporarily for one place, and after that you can reuse for refilling on the foundation. Somewhere else if you want to reuse that material, then you need to somewhere you need to load that and then you can reuse. That area should be prepared. That is laid down area we call the not used material can be dumped over there and then they can be reused after the certain construction activities. Are offloading some of the materials coming to the site that has to be dumped in one place for for few days, and then you can use that materials. For that also need to make the necessary arrangements. Subcontractor facility and a big projects are involved, a number of subcontractors will be there. For them you need to give the facilities, the car parking facilities. If the site is involved with some of the workers will be bringing their cars or vehicles, any component by for them, the parking facility should be given so that they can park safely their vehicles and then they can go for their work. If the parking facility is not provided, then the safety of the vehicles will be not there, then they will be starting complaining. Then the problems will be arise. The sites are they may not be working efficiently by looking at the conditions of the sites for the safety of their vehicles. They may not be working for the full time. In between, they will be coming and checking their vehicles whether it is properly there or not. Place and then they can place their vehicles in one emergency routes and master points where the something happens in the site, what all the emergency routes, they can easily come out of the site and go for medical supplies. Should be that there are involved in the site. Such the master points are the emergency routes will be prepared in the site. Assess entrance, security, and assess control temporary roads and separate pedestrian routes will be prepared on the site so that the assessment to be each and every corner of the site will be easy. Are the roads, temporary roads which will be making the vehicles to pass from one place to another place or the loading materials from one place to another place, and that has to be well secured, that has to be controlled which vehicles should move in which path, the heavy vehicles should move in what route, what is the entrance policy, anybody can enter into the site or restricted people should enter or with safety cards only they need to enter or without safety cards they need to enter. What all the components of the areas, some locations will be needed. All the safety guidelines, some location may not be needed the safety rules and regulations. Likewise, that has to be controlled each and every component of the site. In addition to this, vehicles wheel washing facility. Sometimes vehicle may truck into the mud or the sandy road is there. Means sometimes it may stuck in between. In such cases, the vehicle washing facility should be there so that the vehicles will be not so dirty for the engineers or the project managers or the owners and holders who will be visiting your site. Waste management and recycle areas where some of the materials may waste the execution site, sometimes the concrete or sometimes any other material like waste which is completely wasted inside but that can be recycled and reused for the execution. Site holdings where like dangerous place, the curve is there in the road. Some holding should be mentioned in the site location so that the people who will be using that area, those will be careful while using those sites and existing boundaries. The boundaries should be drawn where the people should move or should not move. That should protections for tree as the natural or the nature law conditions that trees should be removed from the site or may not be removed from the site that has to follow the guidelines of the nature protection laws, and if the protection has to be given then how you can give that protection to the particular trees, existing buildings, how many existing buildings are there, neighboring buildings and so on, the components will already existing, how you can how you need to make your site available for execution. Signals on the side, what all the signals, or where the red color signal should be given, where the dangerous area is there, where the movement should be very minimum in such cases, yellow area or red zone, yellow zone, green zone. They can define just like previous days. Now, such cases are not there. Such areas are not defined now. But in the site, it has to be mentioned like the signals should be there, the holding should be there, or the naming should be there in each and every place, so that the people who will be using or unknown people who will be visiting that site, they will be aware of what is there in the particular areas. Next, temporary services include electric supply, power, electric power, lighting, water distribution, drainage, information and communication technology, site security system, and so on. These are the temporary services should be provided for the site for execution. Like electricity supply need to be there on the sites to use some of the equipment will be there, like drilling or some other equipment will be there. Are people who, if they are working in the night, the power supply should be there, lighting conditions should be there, and water distribution for watering to the structure from bottom to top of the structure, how the watering system, the distribution will be done, pipelines will be there, how the drainage is. After watering, some of the water may drain to the drainage systems. The temporary structure should be done so that in the execution process there will be no delays. Information and communication system, the communication has to pass from one place to another place. For that, temporary arrangements may be done, like temporary extension wires should be for the telephones, for on-site works. Next, the temporary works such as propping solutions to retain structures, state filing details. These are the temporary structures which will be prepared for execution of the your work. Like propping solutions to retaining structures, like retaining walls will be prepared while the execution of some of the structures. Initially, there will be temporary arrangements will be done. Like if you are going for an arch, so in such cases also temporary structure will be prepared for arch and then they will be removed and then the actual structure will be existing. The finishing will be given for that. The street filings will be used for temporary structures. Area for the construction of mock-up of the testing. The mock trials will be taken for the execution of the works. In such cases, the area will be provided for the mock test or the initial test or the first components of the activity should be tested and then this will be used for the final stage. Next, fabrication of facilities, like your reinforcement is there. For that, you need to give bending or the cutting of the reinforcement, or some of the woodwork will be there. For that, the cutting activities will be there. For tiles, or some of the wooden components will be there, or any other components which has to be manufactured, or the material will be borrowed from one place and those will be assembled on site, or those will be prepared to the size and the thickness of this component on the side. For that also you need to provide the areas. This all gives the site layout of the structure. Next, problem caused by poor site layout plan. What will be the problem if you are not following the proper site layout plan? In such cases, what will happen? Inappropriate storage which can result in damage to products and materials. If you are not planned for the proper storage, the storage of cement or storage of the components such as the materials is not properly done, there will be damages to the products and materials. Many examples you might have seen for improper planning of the structures are improper storage areas if you are not providing on the site, like for random rain may come or the wind or weather changes can affect your cement and that would be damaged. Therefore, it is necessary to have proper storage areas so that the materials will be not damaged or the products will be not damaged. Poor siting of plant, if site layout is not done as per the requirement. In such cases, the poor sighting of plant will be there. You cannot see the complete plant from one place, or where it is necessary from that place you cannot see. There may be of the vary in the levels of one side to another side, or from one side only some level is too high, some level. In such cases, you cannot identify or you cannot view complete structure how it is going on from one place. Poor siting of welfare facilities. If you are not arranged with the proper area for facilities, then there will be not proper arrangement of activities. Our organization of activities will be not up to the mark, then they will be delaying the projects. Inadequate space provisions. If you are providing a very less area for parking, many people will be coming and parking their vehicles beside. In such cases, if the area is very much congested, there will be damages with the vehicles that may be because of space constraints. There might be any component may get damaged. The one or the above, if you are placing the materials which are not to be kept like that, in such cases also some damage may happen because of space constraints. Unsatisfactory accesses, like if construction is going on in one area and if you are providing materials from a long distance, that unnecessary traveling or the manpower is wasted in between two points where the accessibility should be very minimum, or the regular accessibility is there and you are providing space in somewhere else, then in such cases also unnecessary the manpower and the machinery should move and that will lead to the increase in the cost. Security and safety issue. If you are not providing proper layout for the security and safety, then that will lead to many accidents. Or the people may take up the material from one place, they can carry it to their home. Security is not there, then they can do anything with the materials. And as the security is not there, there will be no safety also for the materials, for the human being, for any component involved in the project execution. Poor wayfinding due to the complex layout or inadequate signals. If you are not providing proper signals for activities, then if you are having very much complex site layout, in such cases there might be poor wayfinding or you will be not easily finding the what you should do in the site. Or if you are going to find a site part A and you are at the D, if you are not having proper direction for that, then you may rotate up to Z and then you can go for D. The wastage of time, wastage of money, wastage of vehicles, all will be there in the complex layout or improper signaling. Inadequate signals are provided. In such cases, this component may happen. Next is demoralized workers, delay and increased cost that may happen because of improper site layout. Workers may be demoralized because of the improper availability of materials or improper availability of facilities. Then the site workers will demoralize and they will be delay their work. And automatically, if they are going to delay their work, that will lead to your cost of the project. Next, as sites will change in nature during the course of the work, there may be a number of different site layouts for different phases, and there may be more detailed plans showing particularly complex area or sequence or describing specific functions. Because a site will not be same site layout as the time runs. As the time runs, there may be changes in the nature, there may be changes in the working culture, or there may be changes in the workers. Depends upon the time and availability of the resources, the site layouts may change also. For that, you should be having a different pages of the site layout so that if anything change as per the nature, then you need to change the site layout also. Especially when the complex areas are involved, or sequence of projects are there in the series. In such cases, you should be able to describe the what all the specific functions are involved and how it should be attained by proper site layout. The use of building information modeling, BIM is nowadays most uh, highlighting projects, building information modeling, in which each and every component will be involved. This is completely organizing the site executions. You might have heard the BIM softwares also, building information modeling, where your complete information of execution will be made available in the BIM. This area of civil engineering is nowadays improving a lot, and availability of jobs on this area is also becoming more. The BIM. This is a part of management only. The use of building information modeling can help describe the construction site in three dimensions. In the three dimensional, all plans available on the site will be of two dimensional only. All your papers will be two dimensional, all your plans will be two dimensional, each and every activity or designs will be into two dimensional only. But the BIM gives you a three dimensional view of the structure through different pages, effectively creating the virtual construction models. Models will be prepared and that will be giving you the how the execution process has to run for the particular phase of the work. See, also for the contractor site layout planning, where they left. Not only the company project site layout, it use contractor site layout also, or planning of the site layout for the contractors also, how they need to work on site, and that will be viewed in the building information modeling, where that gives a detailed idea of how the project has to run for particular activities or for particular projects, where it is a site location, where the material has to be stored, where the entrance should be there, what is the security policy they need to make, how the insurance will be given to the materials as well as machineries, human resource, how the other facilities should be provided to the human resource involved in the execution of projects. These all components need to be proper site layout. Storage areas, parking areas, facilities for the higher authorities, lower authorities, all will be considered for the proper site layout. The making everything available for a proper plan for on the proper time is site layout. How the site layout design will be done? There are three important components where the site layout design will be prepared. Proper plan for the Terms and functions are facilities in vital for reducing hazards and in accident on construction sites. Proper plan of TFs in vital need of TFs on site in any time interval between two scheduled dates needs a proper planning. As we have, if you are overcoming with your previous all points, then the design component will be very much easy. The all facilities which you are providing on site layout design have the activities requirement of and facilities are defined similar to the requirement of labor, equipment, and other site specific specific resources and equipment then are fulfilling with the site layout design. Temporary plans. The service for each temporary facilities are the term facilities are then determined from the schedule services. Time is the time from the facility starts, that is FST, then the finish time is FFT. That is facility start time and facility finish time. That will deal some of the numericals in your next component also. This is an example given for the how the site layout and design will be prepared. Talk about this 1, 2, 3 vertical as the number of activities involved in your and horizontal 1, 2, 3 indicates the duration of the project. Of hours, that will be of days. Okay. Vertical indicates the activities involved in the project and horizontal indicates the duration. Like first week, second week, third week, fourth week of the August it may be. For first activity, that is office reverse shop, takes a 6-week activity or 6 days activity, whereas second activity takes only 6. And third activity, it starts after the first activity completion and it goes up to 10 weeks. That is batch plan. Until and unless the office regular office, you cannot start with the batch plan. Similarly, fourth activity may start signal time and it will lead to the completion when the 6th day is complete. After the completion only, the next you will start. Likewise, some examples are given in this chart. We may start with the excavation, construction of foundation, construction of superstructure, foundation of flooring, plastering. All activities can be drawn in this type of diagram. That is, we call the bar charts for preparing the activities in this type of part. The numericals also will be finding out what all the activities are dependent activities, what all the independent activities will be given, and how much duration it will take for the completion of particular project. Depends upon the activity completion. So this is an example given for you people to refer. Next, site level engineering work under construction. Main equipments involvement. Auxiliary plants which has to be used for particular times. As of, that is places for activities. Storage areas. Site office with meeting room. Drawing changing room. WBC and canteen, dining, first aid rooms, temporary roads, water and electricity power supply, drainage, and it has to be keep in mind while the site layout is designed. Specifically, the site layout will be divided into two zones. Initially, we talked about the zones of the site. We call generally we divide it into two separate zones. That is the central zone and inner zone. First one is central zone. The main buildings works for civil engineering work will be under construction, will be considered in this zone. The buildings which will be working for the civil engineering work will be considered the central zone. Considering some of the main equipments like tower crane, lifting, boring equipments, all will come under the central zone. And inner zone is considering carefully the location for loading and unloading, short-term storages for brakes, blocks, prefabricated elements, roof structures, including temporary roads, will come under the inner zone, which will be temporary locations, not the central zone, which will be having the temporary accommodation for particular durations. Outer zone, outer zone must be all within the reach of the main tower crane. That may be a visibility of the people who will be working. Plan example is given where the some of the areas of construction site is given like abutment material, like bridge construction need to be done. In such cases, what all the areas should be used? That is like if you are installing a main crane, for that the accessibility should be there for each and every material to transfer from one place to another place. Likewise, the material storage should be done. Like workplace, steel yard, wood yard, the storage places, that has to be in the line where the main crane can take up the material and shift it to next zone. That is of natural zone, how the what all the components should be there in the site layout for particular natural zone inside the boundary fences, out of reach of the crane in most cases, the natural zone, surrounding the main area, site office with the meeting room, drawing, changing rooms, WC, canteen, storage, parking, on-site production plants. These are the extra components or facilities that has to be provided for the site. That is natural zones. These are the extra active storage areas are the extra places where the expenditure will be there, but that has to be naturally done in the site layout. And how it works, the site layout, type of project, duration of project, weather conditions, location, and complexity. This component will rotate and your project will be done under this type of areas. On-site main equipment should be cranes, that is careful planning for area to be served or reached, then elevator, proper location of feeding, picking areas, best routes for easy delivery, that is elevator job. Other main heavy equipment like seat piling, excavation, etc. will be of our site layout main equipment areas. Then the auxiliary add plant and workshops, the extra areas that has to be maintained for execution of your work. That is auxiliary plants are wood yard where the formwork timbering work will be done. Steel yard, cutting, bending and fabrication will be done. Batching yard where the concrete will be mixed. On-site prefabrication assembly yard where the prefabricated materials are coming to site, then you need to assemble that. For that also you need to place a area. Lime and mortar mixing plant where the concreting may be there. add and workplace workshop storage, that is plumbers add, plumber workshop, electrician workshop, ironography extract, and other areas which will be provided for the sites, which will complete your complete site layout plan, mobilization, work, you can work for the site layout, and next will be dealing with the some other component with respect to the site, and then will be dealing with the third module. Okay, first two modules are completely of theoretical. Third module onwards we will be starting with our numericals. Okay, some more components with respect to mobilization we'll be talking in the next class, and then we'll be starting with third. I'm take one more hour for second module, and then we'll be starting with third module. Okay, fine. This is it from my end for the day. We'll start with the next topics in the next class. If you have any queries, you can ask.